What's up, people? In this video, we're going to watch a mystery video. Not that, I just watched that. I think I might have gotten stupider. What the fuck is this? Announcing the KE diet in Southern California? Okay. What is this, like, you eat food through your nose or something? 23 subscribers? Alright, well, anyway, I guess we'll do this one. I don't know, whatever, let's just do this. If you guys have any other recommendations, let me know.
I decided to do the KE diet because I've tried several diets, I've been on all types of pills, and none of them have given me the results that this diet has done. I've been on it for 7 days, and I've lost 12 pounds already, and I have 3 more days to go.
The most impressive thing to me was I lost 7 pounds of pure fat, which to me was like really a big deal. I think that anybody who has struggled and has tried alternatives and failed, this is definitely a perfect solution. Natural, no, I don't know, I love it.
I think for me it was a kind of lifesaver because I was able in a very short period of time to drop weight, regain, I think, the willing to move, which I completely tried to do like a block, forget trying to take the car. And I lost all the problems that were related to, overweight.
Those 10 days and this immediate losing of weight, which is real because you really lose fat, gives you the happiness and the motivation to go ahead.
The KE diet is a simple approach to safe, rapid weight loss without drugs, without surgery, and without hunger. And the weight loss is rapid, usually 1 to 2 pounds per day. The KE diet works because it provides your body with the proteins, nutrients, vitamins, and fats that you need to stay healthy and to satisfy your hunger, but without any carbohydrates or sugars. This forces your body into a natural state of nutritional ketosis in which your body burns its own fat. Hi, I'm Amanda Lyons for KE Diet. You should know that over 19,000 patients in Europe have already benefited from this innovative weight loss procedure. Now, Dr. Oliver DiPietro has improved the KE diet and introduced it here in America, where it's being offered to patients throughout the United States.
The KE diet started around 2005 in Italy, and an Italian surgeon started using feeding tubes to have patients lose weight, and it caught on quite well. And they published their experience with 19,000 patients, very impressive studies. What we did is we modified the technique, we've actually improved it, brought it to America, and we've been having very great success with it. We're seeing very effective weight loss at 10 days of about 5 to 10% of the body weight, which is about 1 to 2 pounds of loss of weight per day.
Oh, God. You know, like, I'm so happy that I live in a time where there's so much opportunity in the world, right? Like, honestly, like, no disrespect to any of you, like, you know, whatever, live in like some third world country or are broke or whatever, but there's so much opportunity today. Like, if you have an idea and you run with it, you can, you know, improve your life situation, right? There's no excuse for like being poor. Sorry, like, there's no excuse. Like, if you're poor, you're not trying. Yeah, that's probably bad to say, but straight up, like, what is this? Like, really? Like, and the reason I say that is because when stuff like this exists, when you have, because what is this? Okay, this is a weight loss procedure where people insert a feeding tube into their nose or their sinuses and are fed, like, I don't know, what is this, like, looks like low calorie, like electrolyte mush or something. This is the procedure, and I'm assuming they like stay in the hospital for like 10 days when this happens. And it probably costs thousands of dollars. This is not cheap, you know, all this bullshit. And honestly, like, why do I say that about making money and like getting successful? Because like, look at the crazy shit you can come up with. Like, the ridiculously like stupid, roundabout, makes absolutely no sense at all things that you can tell people to do, that you can trick them into buying to like lose weight, right? So, okay, why do I say that? Because what is this? Like, first of all, what's the problem with this? If somebody loses weight through inserting a feeding tube in their nose, what do you think is going to happen when they like leave the hospital and go home? Like, do you think they're going to keep the weight off? They're going to take their like feeding tube and stick it in their nose at home? I don't know. Maybe that's like what's going on here. I'm not sure. But no, I'm going to say no, because there's no behavioral change, really. I guess you could say like staying in the hospital and doing nothing is like a change. But you know, props to Southern California for thinking of this. Like, straight up, like, it's my hometown, baby. Anyway, let's, I guess, just watch more of this.
And we actually can confirm that there is significant fat loss in the body with this type of ketogenic feeding tube diet.
After a medical evaluation and a complete physical exam, the physician will determine if you're a candidate for the KE diet procedure. The KE diet delivers the proteins, nutrients, vitamins, and fats through a small feeding tube. When you're ready, you will begin some local numbing gel to the nose, and the physician will insert a small pediatric-sized feeding tube through your nose and into your stomach. Inserting the tube takes less than 1 minute and is virtually painless. Your physician and nurse will help you through the insertion procedure. The feeding tube will be taped to your cheek and behind your ear with a transparent medical adhesive film. For 10 days, the KE diet supplies your body with a precise formula of proteins, nutrients, fats, and vitamins. This proprietary mixture is designed to maintain essential nutrition and health while it suppresses hunger. What's more, the mixture helps your body get the energy it needs by burning stored fat, which in turn naturally and rapidly reduces the fat content in your body. The solution is delivered 24 hours a day by a small pump. You carry the pump and the solution in a convenient shoulder pack. You'll be able to disconnect the tube from the pump for about 10 to 15 minutes once a day, so you can take a shower. Most patients lose about 5 to 10% of their body weight, or about 1 to 2 pounds per day, as long as they follow the program and the instructions completely. Once your feeding tube has been placed, the physician will explain everything
I'll just let this run.
you'll need to know during the next 10 days. How to prepare your formula, how frequently to prepare it, how to care for the tube, how to use the pump and the supplies, what information to record in your chart, and when to call the nurse or physician. You will be told who your primary contact is, usually your nurse or physician, and the best way to contact them so you can call them with any questions or concerns, even if you think these questions might be minor.
You know what I thought of when I watched that? I was like, you can make, because this is so stupid, right? Like, you're gonna pay thousands of dollars for somebody to stick a feeding tube in your nose and like make a special bag of like protein powder for you to eat while you like walk around and do your thing, like walk around with this like feeding tube in your nose for 10 days. It's kind of weird. Or, crazy thought, you could like take that $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever it costs and like go shopping, like actually just go shopping, like spend that money on anything else, like give it to me, and just not eat, like, or drink water. Oh my God, crazy thought, right? Or how about this? Crazy thought, people. What if you like make your own like little protein powder mix and you just drink a little bit of it every day? You know, is that, and you save the money? Like, it's something special about like sticking a tube in your nose that like you think you need to pay a lot of money for it. So anyway, what I was thinking is that like, what if I came out with like a special diet or something? You know, I call it like the YP diet, right? And it's just like, it's kind of a joke like this. It's like, okay guys, you know, the YP diet, we're gonna give you a special hat, you know, and this hat has like electromagnetic sensors in it, and it's gonna burn fat for you while you wear the hat, but you're not allowed to eat. Otherwise that will like mess up the hat's like gamma rays, and you won't, they'll like interrupt the fat burning process. Okay, so you have to wear the hat for 23 hours a day, and for 1 hour a day you're allowed to take off the hat and eat. Okay, but only 1 hour a day. If it's 1 hour and 1 minute, it won't work, right? People are so stupid that they would believe that, and they would pay money if I like wore a lab coat or something. Anyway, that's just what I was thinking. Let's go on.
The KE diet delivery system consists of a small pump with a charger, a feeding set made up of 1 blue bag, 1 purple bag, 1 container of nutritional powder, 1 bottle of MCT oil, a package of urine test strips, 1 bottle of acid suppression pills, 1 bottle of laxative powder, a patient data form, and a backpack to enable you to go about your daily activities. You can use a backpack or a bag to hold the pump and supplies. The backpack is equipped with hooks to hold the 2 bags in place vertically for optimal performance. Prepare your formula while you are connected to the pump so there's no interruption in feedings. The powder is your food, which includes vitamins and nutrients. You will begin by measuring 1,000 milliliters of water and pouring it into a blender. The water can be from the tap, non-carbonated mineral water, or any plain bottled water. Now, open the container of powder. Add the amount of formula that your nurse or physician tells you to add. Mix the formula very well in a blender for about 30 seconds at medium speed to ensure thorough mixing. Any undissolved powder could clog the pump tubing or the feeding tube. The formula may foam during the mixing process. Wait about 20 minutes for the foam to settle before pouring the mixture into the purple bag. Leave any residual formula that did not fully dissolve or has foam in the blender and do not use it. This will help the tube stay open and not clog. Now, squeeze the bag to remove as much air as possible and close the lid securely. After the first dose, be sure to prepare the mixture 30 minutes before your purple bag becomes empty so the foam has time to settle. Inspect the solution to make sure there are no visible particles or foam, as these could clog the tubing. Each bag will last about 12 hours, so you need to prepare a new mixture twice per day. To maximize the mixture's effectiveness, do not prepare it more than 1 hour before it's needed. For example, if you begin preparing one solution at 7 a.m. for use at 8 a.m., you should plan on preparing the next bag at 7 p.m. for use at 8 p.m., and so on. Don't let the purple bag run dry because this will set off the pump alarm. The blue bag will contain MCT oil, which will be filled by the nurse in the office as needed. The flow rate of the oil is preset, so you don't need to adjust it. Please be careful not to put the protein mixture, which is intended for the purple bag, into the blue oil bag. During the night, you must continue feeding, so you get the formula 24 hours a day without interruption. Please remember to recharge the pump each night because the pump battery will only last 18 hours between charges. You must remain connected to the pump with the infusion running continuously in order to achieve and maintain maximum ketosis and maximum weight loss. Once a day, you may disconnect the feeding tube from the pump for 15 minutes to take a quick shower. It's perfectly safe to get the feeding tube wet when you shower, but tub baths, swimming, or jacuzzis are not allowed. At KE Diet, we use the smallest feeding tube possible, so it's very important to avoid clogging the tube. Clogs are rare when the instructions are followed precisely. You must mix the feeding solution carefully and thoroughly. Flush the feeding tube with water twice a day. Never allow the feeding bag to run dry. Ideally, the bag should be refilled when there are about 100 cc's of feeding solution remaining. Keep the 10 cc syringe, which is provided in your system, next to your blender to help you remember to flush your feeding tube. Twice a day when you replace your feeding bag.
I wonder if they're going to say how much it is in this like infomercial. I'm curious, right? I'm guessing, because these components are not expensive, and I'm assuming you're essentially like renting them. So I'm gonna say like $500 for this, right? Which is Like, what are they really buying? They're renting the machine. This is probably like one use. They throw it away, and all the like powders and stuff's not that expensive. So let's say the cost of all of this is like, I don't know, the wholesale cost for the company. Let's say it's like to buy the powder and supplements and all that shit. Let's say they get that in bulk. Let's say $50 for all that, right? It's like, that's a lot. And then let's say like administrative costs are like, I don't know, it's whatever, $50 more or something, right? It's like at $100 a pop, right, is their cost, which is high. Like, that's, you know, it should not be that. Like, those plastic containers are not a lot. The laxative looks like it's like, you know, Miralax, I think, which is store-bought. Maybe they get it in bulk. But like, basically what I'm trying to say is that if somebody is so, like, if you're so like, it doesn't occur to people to like eat healthy food and exercise, or even if you want to do some stupid shit like this, what about just drinking it? You know, you're gonna stick a feeding tube in your nose and like follow all these steps to lose weight? Like, you think it needs to be that hard? What about just like not eating or drinking your I don't know. Anyway, my point is that like, if somebody's dumb enough to do this, they deserve to have their money taken from them. So good job, company. KE Diet, props.
Disconnect the pump tubing from the feeding tube and fill the syringe with 5 cc's of warm water. Push the water from the syringe through the feeding tube. Repeat this process 3 times, each time you refill the feeding bag. This will flush out any residual undissolved powder from the tube and ensure that the tube stays clog-free. In the unlikely event that the tube becomes clogged and can't be unclogged by flushing with water, it can be replaced in the office by your doctor. In very rare cases, some individuals may vomit the feeding tube out. If this happens, gently pull the tube out of your nose and call the doctor or nurse. If it happens at night, then you can wait until the morning before calling your clinic contact. The feeding tube will be reinserted at the office as soon as possible. During the KE diet, you must record your weight every day on the form provided. Please use the same scale every time and weigh yourself without any clothes or shoes. On days when you're scheduled to visit the clinic, the physician will take your vital signs, weight, urine ketones, and blood. While at home, you must also record your number of daily bowel movements, your level of hunger, your level of urine ketones, and the presence or absence of abdominal bloating. As we mentioned earlier, the KE diet is based on attaining a natural state of nutritional ketosis. This is done by not consuming any sugars or carbohydrates. Your body will instead burn its own stored fat to produce energy. Without sugars or carbohydrates, a few people may feel queasy or experience a mild headache. You can take 2 over-the-counter acetaminophen tablets, which will usually alleviate these symptoms until your body adjusts to the nutritional ketosis. Many people find that while they are in a nutritional ketosis, their brain function is improved, and their thinking is sharper than usual. Mild aerobic exercise, such as 1 hour of walking per day, is desirable during the KE diet. However, it's best to avoid vigorous exercise until the KE diet is completed. You'll need to track your ketosis once a day with the urine ketone strips that are provided with the KE diet system. To accomplish this...
What about this? The YP diet, okay? Instead of a feeding tube, we have an eye patch, right? Because obviously, like, these people, like, they like the whole, like, feeding tube. It's like, it looks kind of cool, right? It does look cool. People are like, what's that? Why do you have a feeding tube in your nose? You know, oh, I'm doing the KE diet. It's like very like eye-catching. I don't know. I kind of like it. So what if we have like, okay, this is so stupid, but have you guys seen Dragon Ball Z, right? So in Dragon Ball Z, they have, what's that thing called where they have it over their eye? It's like the green lens, not caster. Oh shit, I'm blanking on this word. Scanner? No, fuck, how am I not? Whatever. Anyway, it's this thing, that it's like a kind of like looks kind of like sunglasses, but it only covers one eye, and it's like green, and it like analyzes like the power level of like other people. It looks super cool in the show. I don't know, maybe I'm a huge nerd, but like I think it looks cool. I can't remember the word. Fuck, what's it called? Scanner? Fuck, whatever. Anyway, somebody let me know what it's called. I already forgot. We give them one of those, and we're like, okay, this like special scanner, like, you know, whatever, like somehow tracks your calories, or like, I don't know, we can't have maybe we can have, I don't know, can't do a feeding tube. Anyway, we give them some sort of like cool thing to wear. You know, I thought the hat originally, but I think this like thing is like much cooler. And then we just like let them wear it for 10 days and not eat. And we're like, okay, like we used to use a feeding tube, but there were too many complications. So now we're just going to have you drink a cup of protein powder and MCT oil every day for 10 days. But it's not just any MCT oil. It's like, you know, organic, like comes from this like one coconut field in Africa or some shit. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, if you guys want, like, somebody wants to like partner up with this, let me know. The YP diet.
You may urinate directly onto the tip of the strip or into a cup and then dip the strip into the urine. Then compare the color of the strip with the color on the box and determine the value. Write the result on the data form. You should also record your level of hunger at those times during the day when you would normally be eating. The hunger scale ranges from 0 to 4, with 0 being no hunger at all, and 4 being very hungry. The keto diet is designed to cause virtually no hunger. Still, your brain is very powerful and may elicit a feeling of hunger, especially around mealtime. Drinking water throughout the day when you're thirsty or hungry should help to minimize this effect. Avoid watching television programs about food or cooking, as they may stimulate hunger. If hunger does occur, you can try some water, black coffee, or home brewed tea without milk or added sweetener. Avoid tea in a can because it may contain carbohydrates. Also, remember that constipation can reduce ketosis and increase hunger, so take the laxative as instructed if you're constipated. If the hunger persists and is at a 1 or 2 level, you can have half of a beef bouillon cube in hot water. Use beef bouillon that has 0 carbohydrates on the label. You can have up to 1 cube during the day, divided in half. If your hunger persists at a level 3 or 4, call the doctor or nurse for help. Normally, we need fiber for regular bowel movements. The KE diet does not contain any fiber and thus may cause constipation. If you become constipated, you will need to take the laxative provided in order to have a bowel movement. Other people may experience mild diarrhea due to the MCT oil, which in fact is beneficial to ketosis. Very rarely, some patients have significant diarrhea or abdominal bloating, which may necessitate the reduction or elimination of the MCT oil. During the 10-day KE diet, you will take 1 of the acid suppression pills provided in your kit each day to reduce stomach acidity. After you've mixed the formula, as we described earlier, attach the feeding set to the pump as shown. Insert the tube into the pump and thread it through the black rotor. The pump settings will be set specifically for you by the nurse, so always press the Keep Settings button. You must prime the system initially and whenever attaching a new feeding bag by pressing the Auto Prime button. Next, press the Done button. You are now ready to infuse your formula. The pump has several alarms to alert you in case of a problem. These alarms occur very rarely, but each one will have a screen with directions to follow so that you can resolve the alert. You will also be given a sheet which shows each of the alarm screens.
I don't know. I don't know. What was the video I watched before this? The guy doing the eating challenge? I don't know. Maybe that like tilted me for the day, but this is so stupid. Why do people need to make it so hard? Like, okay, so I think what it is, I heard this before a couple days ago maybe, where like the things we want, right? We feel like it has to be hard. Like, it can't be easy to lose weight, right? It can't be easy for you to like lose weight and be in shape and like whatever, right? It's like we almost don't want it to be easy, because if it was easy, because it I guess is very meaningful for us, right? To like be in shape and blah blah blah. So like to expect from somebody that they're going to go to a doctor, pay probably a lot of money, stick a feeding tube in their nose and keep it there for 10 days, mix their special protein powder in their bag, mix their MCT oil in their bag, clean the feeding tube, like learn how to use the like little blue box thing, whatever that's even called, take their laxative, like write down all these body weight and like hunger measurements. Like we think that like it has to be like that to lose weight, right? I guess it never occurs to people to not eat, right? And to be fair, like before I found Snake Diet Guy, before I read the Warrior Diet, it never occurred to me to just eat less or eat fewer meals. I never thought of that, and even if I had thought of it, I probably would have thought that was bad. But once I like exposed myself to the concept, I guess, maybe it was just presented to me in a convincing way, but once I was presented with that, I guess I was just open enough to try it on my own. Is that the difference here? Because obviously like their target demographic is not somebody who thinks for themselves. Like people who think for themselves, they're not going to do this, because this is appealing to somebody who wants, number one, a solution that requires no effort, which is an implication that they're just going to gain the weight back, right? Because if you're not, like, what's the problem? Why do people get fat? Why are they obese or out of shape or whatever? Because they don't put any effort into not being obese or not being out of shape, right? That's, fine, it's more complicated than that, but that's really like the underlying issue. So when you present a solution to them that is essentially the same thing, which is, I'm sure, easy to sell. Like, I don't know. This seems like I kind of want to do it. I mean, I'm not fat and there's no point for me to do it, but like, I don't know, is there some other reason I can like stick a feeding tube up my nose and like carry my feeding pack in a backpack? Like some other, like, can it give me like bigger muscles or something? Or some way to do something like that? I would do it. But like to lose weight, why does it need to be so hard? Anyway.
What they need and how to resolve them. If you can't resolve the alarm on your own, call the doctor or nurse. Finally, attach the pump tubing to the feeding tube. Then press the Run button. If you hear the motor running, it means that the pump is feeding you. There should be a green light visible in the upper right corner of the pump screen. If this light is yellow or red, you'll need to troubleshoot. If you need to temporarily discontinue the feeding, press the Hold button and the pump will stop for 10 minutes. When you're ready to proceed, press Continue or Run. During the day, the pump must remain on at all times and must be located either in your backpack, a bag, or on your nightstand. At night, place the pump on a side table near your bed and remember to charge the pump so it's fully charged and ready to go the next day. Keep the feeding bags on a clothes hanger or hook next to the bed and above the pump. This will keep the solution flowing freely and will keep the pump from alarming. Thank you for watching, and remember...
Oh, they're not going to say how much it is, huh? I guess it's just an instructional video. How much is the KE diet feeding tube? KE diet. Why it's a bad idea. I just want to see how much it is. I don't actually care about any of this other shit. $1,500. Okay. Oh my god. Any doctors out there who watch this, like, do you want to do something like this with me? Or, like, I don't know. Yeah, with me. The YP diet, I'll, you know, we can just team up, right? You probably don't like being on camera. I'll be on camera. I don't give a shit. Actually, honestly, like, now that I think about it, there's nothing to do with this, but I think because of the way that I talk in these videos, like, I can never really sell out completely, you know, because people, if I sell out and I promote something, it has to actually be something that I believe, you know. Otherwise, how many videos are out there of me, like, just talking the most shit about everything ever, you know? Also, another reason why, like, I was thinking about this the other day, but again, nothing to do with this video. If there's ever, like, you know, they have these YouTube meetups, right, where all these YouTubers will, like, get together and, like, all these conventions, and basically these YouTubers will, like, go and, I don't know, network or something. I can, like, never go to those because I make videos, I don't want to say talking shit, but, like, I don't know, pointing things out about certain YouTubers, and I'm assuming that they probably don't like it. Most people, I don't know, it's kind of like the fortune teller thing, right? Most people like to have their fortune told, even if it means nothing, but nobody likes to be publicly embarrassed, and I feel like maybe I do that sometimes. Anyway, whatever, I don't really give a shit, you know, it is what it is. But I'm sorry, YouTubers whose videos I do. Not these people, fuck these people. Okay, so if you have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers, let me know, leave me a comment. Peace.